Something is shifting in the US, and it's starting to look serious. What was supposed to be a quick show of strength has turned into a long, expensive war, and now the consequences are hitting at home. Prices are rising, the government is stuck, and millions of people are suddenly out on the streets. This doesn't feel like normal political noise anymore. It feels bigger, more tense, like something is starting to crack. And the question people are quietly asking now is Trump still in control? Or are we watching the moment things begin to slip?
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we need to talk about something that's getting really uncomfortable for a lot of people in America, and honestly, it's starting to look serious. As we enter early April 2026, the big question hanging over Washington is this: is Trump losing control? Is the chair under him finally starting to wobble? What was supposed to be a quick, decisive military victory against Iran has turned into a long, expensive, and increasingly unpopular war, and the consequences are now exploding right here at home. It all started at the end of February with strikes on Iranian nuclear sites and military targets. Trump went all in, backing Israel and committing American firepower. At first, many thought it would be over fast, mission accomplished style. But Iran hit back hard and smart. They turned the Strait of Hormuz into a war zone, attacked energy infrastructure, and suddenly global oil prices went through the roof. That spike in oil is now feeding directly into higher gas prices, higher food prices, and growing frustration across the country. And the American people are not staying quiet. On March 28th, the third massive wave of No Kings protests swept across the United States. Organizers are claiming more than 8 million people took to the streets in over 3,300 different events in every single one of the 50 states. This wasn't just the usual crowds in liberal cities. People marched in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, but also in suburbs, college towns, and even some traditionally red areas. Signs read, "No war for oil," "No kings in America," "End the chaos now." Families, students, working class people, and even some former Trump supporters showed up, many saying it was their first protest ever. The scale is historic. Analysts are already comparing it to the largest single-day protests in modern American history. The anger feels genuine and widespread. People are tired of paying more every time they fill up their tank. Tired of watching the war drag on without a clear exit, and tired of what they call Trump's imperial style of leadership. At the same time, America is dealing with another painful headache, the longest partial government shutdown in US history. We're now well past 45 days, and the effects are visible everywhere. TSA workers at airports went weeks without proper paychecks. The result? Enormous security lines, cancelled flights, frustrated travelers, and ruined spring break plans for thousands of families. Trump had to sign a last-minute executive order just to get airport staff some money, but the bigger funding battle in Congress is still completely stuck. Ordinary Americans are asking, why is the government playing chicken while we're the ones suffering? And the numbers are not on Trump's side. His approval rating has dropped sharply. Recent polls show it sitting between 36% and 42%. Some surveys even hit a new low of 36%. Disapproval is climbing towards 60% and above. His handling of the Iran situation is particularly underwater. More than 60% of Americans say they disapprove. Even among Republicans, there's growing nervousness. Some conservative commentators and a few GOP lawmakers are starting to quietly distance themselves, worried that the combination of war costs, higher prices, and endless political drama is damaging the party heading into the midterms. Here's what makes this moment feel especially dangerous for Trump. The war he hoped would be a demonstration of strength is now costing real money at the gas pump and in family budgets. The longer it drags on without a clean victory or a clear off-ramp, the more the economic pain grows. Add to that the historic size of the No Kings protests and the chaos of the government shutdown, and suddenly the White House looks less in control than at any point in his second term. Trump himself still comes out swinging. He talks about historic military successes, claims Iran is badly weakened, and says deals are close. But the shifting deadlines, mixed messages, and visible frustration from even some of his own allies are feeding the impression that things are slipping out of his hands. Many political observers are now openly asking, can Trump turn this around? Or are we watching the beginning of a slow erosion of his power? If gas prices stay high, the shutdown continues, and the protests keep growing in size and intensity. That famous Trump magic might not be enough to hold back the tide. America today feels deeply divided and on edge. Families are arguing about politics at dinner tables, friends are unfollowing each other. The country is holding its breath, wondering whether this is just a rough patch or the start of something much bigger. This isn't normal Washington drama anymore. This is millions of Americans saying they've had enough of the chaos, the rising costs, and the uncertainty coming from the top. So I want to hear from you honestly in the comments. Have you been to any of the No Kings protests or seen the effects of higher prices and the shutdown in your own life? Do you think Trump is genuinely losing ground right now, or will he manage to pull off another comeback? How worried are you about where the country is heading in the next few months? Drop your thoughts below. I read every single comment. If you want me to make a deeper video on the polls, the protests, the economic impact, or what this could mean for the midterms, just let me know in the comments. Hit like if you want more honest, no-spin breakdowns like this. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next, because things are moving fast. Stay safe out there, guys. I'll see you in the next one.